Today's topic is 7 ways to grow your fitness business. And number 1, we're going to go straight in. Have a great website for your fitness business. Now, we're not saying this because this is what we do. It just is. In this day and age, it's absolutely essential to have a quality website. And James, obviously, I'm going to bring you straight in on this. Why is it important to have a well-designed website? And not just a well-designed website, actually, a website that works.
Because no one can find you if you don't. Think about it. People are always looking for the magic pill potion to get new leads in, Facebook marketing strategies, all that. People will see that and then think about anything we do and to buy other products and services. We go to Google, we do our research, we want to see if it's legit business.
No, James, I'm going to correct you. Facebook marketing gurus tell me I just market on Facebook to get clients. That's what they say.
Well, yeah, true. Okay, we just do that too. But we want, we're about professionalizing our business, getting professional people to come and work with us, the right clients to come working with us. And these people who have a little bit of nous and a little bit of intelligence, they like to do their homework. They're not going to buy from somebody on social media and go, yeah, I'm going to drop £1,000 or $1,500 with you straight away. No, they're going to do some research first. So they're going to look at you, go onto Google. They're going to search for you if they can find you, right? And then if they find you, they're going to go onto your website and look at the message and see how well you come across. That is your professional image. And then that starts to build trust. And think, okay, this guy's credible. This person's legit. I want to start working with them. So if you haven't got a website that A, gets you found, B, that conveys the right message, and C, comes across as professional, you're going to struggle to get clients no matter what. Okay, and that's when we're looking at new people, trying to pull them in consistently, right? So yeah, website for me is the most important, most foundational piece of your business that you have to get right to begin with. It's also, once you get it right, the cheapest way to get new leads consistently with a bit of effort and a bit of hard work as well. So there you go.
Exactly, and it's not, as we said, it's not just about having a website that looks good. It's got to work as well, because one of you boys will probably help me remember this as well. Wasn't it like 86% of websites don't even get found on Google, get no traffic?
96%.
96%, there we go.
Pages. Of content and things on pages in Google never get found because they're not optimized, and it becomes the top 5% essentially of people who know what they're doing can help you get found. So we like to think we're part of that top 5%, and that's what we do. And every create content and something around it, it's about gearing towards that. So if you're a personal trainer, for example, here in Cardiff, and you don't come number 1 in Google, you need to prioritize doing that, because that is going to be your best source of leads, whether it comes January Gold Rush or any other time throughout the year, to help you get found. So website first and foremost.
Exactly. Website. Andrew, I'm going to bring you in on this next point. Building an email list. Why is that important?
It's important because it plays a fundamental part in the success of our overall marketing funnel. It's our way once somebody is on our list, and I always say to clients, one of our number 1 marketing strategies should be to build our mailing list. We own that list. It's an asset of our businesses, whereas as opposed to, if you're putting all your eggs in one basket, i.e. you're trying to run your business from Facebook, well, that's on rented land. They could pull the plug at any time, and suddenly, if that was to happen, and it has happened on numerous occasions with clients that I've worked with, you've got no way of contacting folks. So once we've got our website, we've got a lead magnet in play, and we're using them to drive people to our email list, then that gives us that way of expressing ourselves, getting the message out to our audience, and communicating, because communication is key. It gives us clarity, and it helps us position ourselves as experts. And I get asked a lot these days, is emails, are they still important? Is it still relevant? And my answer to that is yes, absolutely it is, and perhaps even more so these days.
Yeah, but we've got to just point out that you've got to have a professional email address, not josh@hotmail.com or whatever it is. You've got to have, make sure you professionalise your email address as well. James, I'll bring you back in on the next one. We kind of talked about this on the last podcast. You've got to provide a great client experience, right, to keep those clients. A bit of wow factor.
Yeah, exactly. So if you have a terrible product and service, do you think people will ever go back? And I had a good conversation yesterday with my sports massage therapist I work with, Grace, and big shout out to her. She's fantastic at what she does. But however, when she was pregnant last year, she had somebody who's working with her, and literally the idea was when she was on maternity leave for her to take over her clients and maintain them while she came back. The problem was, though, halfway through maternity leave, she had no more clients because the lady who was helping her out didn't provide the same experience that she had and they were giving to her clients, and the quality was down. So that's a really good example of how a way to lose it, because they're not having the same experience. So Grace is fantastic. I travelled to see her. She's really good and open-minded about doing things. But the person she was trying to help her during her maternity leave to help her keep earning money, because she's self-employed and she struggled with maternity leave, didn't provide that same experience because she wasn't good enough. There was the feedback was didn't communicate, very quiet, wasn't having to engage, and didn't listen to feedback when they were giving the massage. So, that's a great example of going from great experience to poor experience. And from what Grace told me yesterday, it's taken her 6 months to 9 months to get the other guys back in who were regulars before. So it's only now coming back in post-pregnancy with a 1-year-old baby now that people are starting to come back to us. So it's client experience is everything. Otherwise, they go away in their droves.
Yeah, there you go. That's the importance of providing a great experience. Andrew, the next one's, people often find this one tough. And I remember when I was doing one-to-one PT, and I hated talking about money. It's increasing your prices strategically.
Yeah, well, I think this resonates with all of us. We live in that place of fear. Perhaps we're not the greatest money managers. Otherwise, we'd probably be accountants, not fitness professionals. But it's incredibly important to look at our pricing and on a regular basis increase our prices. And when I say regular, I'm not talking every week, but certainly every year, looking to review and adjust them accordingly, because at the end of the day, cost of living goes up, and particularly in the current climate we're in, prices are going up around the board. But we need to be doing that in our business. And I think back to myself, I was fearful back in the early days. And it was actually one of my clients who ran his own successful business. And this is going back to when I used to get checks as payment. So you can sort of gather how long ago this might be. Yeah. Who uses checks these days?
People listening to the podcast might not even know what a check is.
Well, I'll get my quill pen out, feathered pen out shortly, and start doing some calligraphy. Go and Google it if you don't know what that is. But on the subject of the check, he wrote the check, but he'd actually put the price above and beyond what I'd actually billed him. And he says, this is what you should be charging me. Address this, otherwise you're going to go out of business. So that was a big business lesson for me back in the early days. But I find that it's still a challenge to this day. We're fearful that if we increase our prices, all our clients are going to leave. But if we do it in the correct manner, in that we plan and we prepare and we outline, we're transparent, and we give them a heads up that we're doing it, then they're accepting of that. Will you lose clients? Potentially you might lose one or two, but over the grand scheme of things, they probably weren't the right client base for you. So you're going to get a much more condensed and better quality type of client on your books.
Yeah, we're not necessarily talking about huge price rises here either. Just as you say, cost of living is going up year on year. So well, Sky delight in putting my contract up by £2 or more every year. So you should do it as well, James. Reactivation campaigns and offering something new to past clients.
Yeah, like for people who've been with you before, if let's take group training as an example. Say they've been a group client before, but however life's got in the way, they haven't signed up or re-signed up because work, life, family got in the way. But they've been involved in group training. Well, offer them something like a new challenge, like a new January fitness challenge is a good example to get them back in, like a low ticket type offer, especially for them. You know they've been with you for a long time in the past, so it's okay to give them a discount on something to draw them back in, to entice them back into the world and show them how much they've missed you. So, something new to past clients is find them something, a different challenge, something they've done with you in the past, something of unique value to them that will entice them back in. I think a group challenge or some type of challenge that's relevant to them is a good way to do it. Or if you go, like I've done this before with past one-on-one clients, hey guys, look, if you want to come back in now, we're doing like a special first month is 50% off with, if you stay with us for 3 months. So it's like an enticing in. Now the reason I give a discount on that first month is because they've been with us before. I wouldn't necessarily do it on a personal trading thing with people who haven't done it with us before, because that's setting the wrong tone. But for people who haven't been there for a while, it's something like, say 50% in your first month if you join us for the next 3 to 6 months. For example, on small group training or personal training or something like that, if they're going to monthly membership, to entice them in, to pull them back in. That's a really good way to look at it.
Yeah. What about offering more to your existing clients? Because I'm sure, PTs listening in will think, well, I already give a great service. What more can I offer? What are a couple of ideas we can give to them?
Here I would be, on here I think, and this is where increasing your rates comes into play, because then you've got more money to invest back into your business. And in doing that, you can then give client experiences. Examples that I've done in the past is we'll have clients' nights out, or we might have a Christmas party where we invite everybody round to take part. Now, am I paying for all of that? No, not necessarily, but I might put some money behind the bar, or pay for part of the meal, or whatever it might be. Or it might be something like, when I was overseas, we would go 10-pin bowling, and we would ring ahead. We would look to get a discounted rate because we were bringing a group of people, and everyone that attended, they paid for themselves, but they were getting a discounted rate, so they were appreciative of that. So there's events that we can look to run, but equally, just wowing people by giving welcome packs or gifts or rewards go some way of giving more to your existing client base as well.
Yep, exactly. And the final one, this is another one I think a lot of trainers struggle with, asking for referrals and having a referral program in place. James, why is that important?
They're the best type of customers and new clients you can get, because it's come off the back of a recommendation. They'll already potentially know, like, and trust the person they're getting a referral from, and they're going to be bought into it. So it's a higher value, usually long-term, lifetime client value. So if you haven't got a referral system in place, you're missing out on money. However, if you haven't got a good experience, you haven't got a good service, and you haven't got set the expectations to wow your clients, they're not going to automatically refer. So you need to give them a system and a process to follow. Like, what is the referral incentive to help them do it? Sometimes they'll do it off the top of their head. If they're raving fans, they'll happily tell the world about you. But you need to have a structure and a system in place for this. But for referrals, I think that's the best lifetime customer you can get, because they're going to be with you a long time. And they're the easiest usually if you get it right.
Yeah. Absolutely. One of our clients, Bruce, who has a gym up in Scotland, he's about to implement a fantastic referral program. I want to be a part of it. His offers are so good.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good. Hopefully you got something from that, guys. Hope it helped. That is it for today. Please don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. And if you want to find out what's holding you back from growing your fitness business, go to strengthmatters.com/audit and get yourself a free website audit.